I start? No, better the Americans here.
Anime Expo. Go ahead.
My first question is like the Worldwide Otaku Report, how it started, how the idea began.
So basically, I've always wanted to do this book. This book is actually very late. And I just haven't had the capacity to put this book together until very recently. So the vision was to have a book where a Japanese business, lots of Japanese businesses, they want to know more about, and they can pick up this book and say, okay, it's in Mexico, and basically they can pick it up and they can flip to Mexican representatives, and they know, the representatives know about like all the anime events over there. They know where everyone goes to like buy anime stuff, all the websites that the Mexicans visit, and you'll have like photos of that person's bedroom, a profile of them, their work, and so on and so on. And then the person reading the book, they can contact this person directly and say, we're interested in going into the Mexican market. Can you help us? And then the other person says, yeah, sure. And then it goes from there, basically. So the representative, they can use that to build their own network with Japanese companies, or they can use that as a business as well. So, okay, I'm going to help you do this, and you pay me this much per consultant. Or I'm going to build you a Mexican Facebook page with like 20,000 fans, and you're going to pay me this or whatever. Or I'm going to do this for free for you, but in return you're going to put me in your anime or whatever. So I think it's a great way for folks in Japan, the industry in Japan, to connect with folks overseas through these representatives.
Thank you very much.
Who's next?
Okay, what is the hardest thing that you've had to overcome in your career?
That's a good question. So I don't know whether I've overcome it yet, but it has been a challenge building my company. So going from the UK over to Japan, I worked mostly in the internet field, and then I was at Amazon, then Microsoft, then I left to start up my company. So I started up my company because, well, there's many reasons why I wanted to start up my company. One of the reasons was, I guess I wanted to be my own boss, and I did lots of web consulting. So I consulted folks like Disney, Columbia, and so on and so on. And then it slowly progressed to a company which basically I promoted Japanese pop culture, anime culture. And then I started to grow lots of different clients, and I would help them build their brand overseas. But the problem with my company is that there's no exit strategy. So basically, people who sponsor my company, they do so only because they like Danny. And it's very difficult to find someone who says, hey Danny, I like you, so here's some money. So it's really difficult. Most investors, they want to say, okay, we're going to invest this much in you, and we want to know, like, in X amounts of years, you're going to go IPO or whatever. So that's been a challenge recently. So, but I just carried on doing what I love doing, and I mean, I always say, you discover and live your passion, and everything it just happens. It's kind of like a magic formula, and I can't explain it. And then recently things have really started to come together. So even though I'm not planning on selling my company, I was very recently approached by a few investors who are interested in supporting what I do. And I think I will be, up until now, I've been helping my current clients build their brands, and I think I will still continue to do so. But maybe I won't be working with too many new clients from now on, and instead focusing time to build my own brand and my own product, basically. So that's what's going to happen actually. So there was, I do have peers who are who were in a very similar situation. So they have clients which they do stuff for, and those clients, I mean, they like what they do, so they work with these clients. Those clients help pay the bills, but they want to be doing something else. It's very difficult to be doing something else if you don't have money. So that's been the hardest thing for me. But just like believing what you do, like really loving what you do, and just carrying on really. I think one of the bad things about me is that so I'm not scared. My wife probably she's not around. She's she cares about me. She cares about my health. But I'm the sort of person who so I'm not scared of dying. I'm not scared about getting sick. Although I don't like getting sick. But I tend to put my work first. So that's like late nights or like just standing up for hours on end. So I tend to do that first rather than saying, oh, I'm going to have an early night tonight, or I'm going to take a break on this weekend, and so on. So yeah, so that's something I need to figure out how to do a little bit better. So that was a very long answer.
That was great. That was everything.
Okay, what's next?
Oh no, I'm actually just filming today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see him every year.
Yeah. I'm still filming.
Okay.
You.
Okay.
No? Okay. Well, then I take this next one. How does Danny choose the anime and manga industry overseas? Because we are from Mexico, and it's like a godforsaken place for anime in Japan and everything. So how do they see us?
How do Japanese folks see
Mexico or
Latin America in general?
Latin America in general? I think there isn't enough information about Latin America. So on the news, we see big events get picked up. So like very recently, I was at Anime Festival Asia, Malaysia, and Fuji TV, they came along, they interviewed me, and they filmed my booth. And so that was actually on Fuji TV. And things like Anime Expo, Japan Expo, they usually get featured on Japanese TV. But like other countries' events, they don't get featured that much, basically. So what I want to do more of is creating a directory of Japanese pop culture related things overseas. So like cosplayers, or like shops, events, and so on and so on. So I do have, I think between 30 and 40% of my readers are actually Japanese. And so I have a large Japanese user base. And when I post something that they particularly find interesting, they would share it on their social networks and so on. So for example, I posted something about an American lady. She practiced like drawing for, I think it was like 6 years, and she done it before and after. And after was like completely amazing. It was like a very Japanese style, and that went around like all the Japanese internets. So so basically, I want to like utilize the help of my Japanese readers to like really spread the anime culture overseas.
Okay. Thank you.
Me? You don't have that? Okay. I have a few here. Okay. Can you tell us anything that you've learned from Japanese etiquette?
Yes. So learning Japanese has changed me a lot, actually. I think to speak Japanese well, you need to know the culture, and you need to like spend lots of time with Japanese people, really, and that will help you learn when and where to use particular words in lots of cases and so on. So if you are alone and you're speaking on the phone and there's like absolutely no one around, when you start doing this, when you start doing that, then you have a good grasp on the Japanese culture. So it's taught me to be a bit more to give more respect, I guess. To be more respectful and considerate of others. So in Japan, Japanese culture, they're very wary of what others think, and whereas it's not always good to go through life thinking about oh, if I do this, and what will others think. I'm talking more about in terms of like being polite. So letting others go first, or I don't know, mannerisms such as when you go into someone's house, you take your shoes off, but you actually should take your shoes and face them outwards. The small things like that, which and also the name cards. Basically, when you give a name card, some people give name cards which are facing them. So when I receive it, it's actually facing them, or it's like upside down. And I've had people give me name cards like this, like thrown it at me. Like, don't do that. So it's taught me to be like much more polite, I guess. Yep. Next.
Okay. About we personally are fans of Culture Japan. Super show. What's in the future of it? What's your vision? What do you want to do with Culture Japan in a few years?
Are you talking about the TV show or the brand?
The TV show.
The TV show. So Culture Japan will continue to focus on Japanese pop culture, but it always has like flavor of tradition, technology, and so on and so on. So for season 3 there will be like more pop culture. I want to go around with more anime voice actresses. So in season 2 we went around with Mimori Suzuko in Osaka to like cut people.
That's awesome.
So I want to do that with Kita Izumi-san, another voice actress of Milky Holmes, and I want to do that with her in Tokyo to see what people do. So things like that, and I do want to travel to like other parts, maybe Kyoto or Hiroshima, to introduce like more traditional culture. So I've just announced a new TV show which I have called Japan Mode, and this is going to be broadcast initially in Asia, across the, I think what I have to say. Yes, I have. It's the Star World network, and it has like a huge reach all over Asia, and that will be this from September. And I haven't started filming, which is why I'm very worried actually. July, August. Oh my god. Anyway, so that is going to focus on Japanese lifestyle. So lifestyle, the way Japanese people do things. So there's a word called omotenashi. So it's like Japanese mannerisms, Japanese culture, tradition, the way they put their soul into like doing things, basically. And it's going to feature Japanese fashion and music as well. So, what's that? That's not me. This. Oh, that's this. Oh no, sorry, please excuse me.
Don't worry.
That's okay. So, yeah, so that's Japan Mode, and so that won't feature any Japanese pop culture. There's going to be one episode which features on Japanese anime culture, but that's about it. So, so 2 different shows with 2 different viewer, what do you call them? Viewers.
Focus.
So, but I do want Culture Japan to be broadcast on like many more countries around the world. Currently it's broadcast across Japan, across America, across Asia, and I want to get it into like other parts.
We hope to see it soon.
Yes, yes, I
Mexico.
hope so too.
おめでとうございます。新しい。
Waiting?
Can you tell us a bit about Mirai Millennium and kind of how it got started and how it's progressing?
Oh god, I'm sorry, I have to like mute this. I'm going to mute this. So I've been given this phone. So whenever I travel to conventions, I get given a phone with buttons on it.